So I've never been the type of person to manifest things. Like I don't be sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm gonna manifest this into my life. I'm gonna manifest that into my life. Because I believe that all of that's bullshit. I'm a really reality, logic, rational oriented being. So I'm like, okay, what is real and what is not real? But this is something I do think all of you should do in order to almost do the manifest shit to get the shit that you want out of your life, right? So I learned that there's this thing called reticular activation or the reticular activating system. And this is at, I think, the bottom of your brain stem. And I learned this from this guy named Brandon Carter. So basically, what he said is we like, kind of like a video that I made earlier where focus flows, energy flows where focus goes, right? So since this activating system basically it controls what we focus on, because obviously if we took in all the information that was around us at once, our brains would like overload and explode basically, because like we can't, that's why you can't focus on like two things at once. Like how you can't focus on one of your, if you put both your fingers up, like you can't fully focus on two fingers at once. Like you'd struggle to do that. That's like because your reticular activating system, like it only allows you to focus on one thing at a time. It could be fast, slow, briefly. You know what I mean? You basically get the point with that. So with this system though, it makes you focus on the things that you are seeing on a consistent basis, right? Because when you see and focus on something, you start to think about that thing. That's just kind of how it works. That's how our eyes work. You look at something and then your brain starts to process information on what it is looking at. So going back to almost like the manifesting thing, what you want to do is you want to literally surround yourself with images of the thing that you want in your life, right? So for example, on your phone right now, your wallpaper, your lock screen wallpaper, your home screen wallpaper should all be images of things that you want to be, or not even just images of things that you want to be. It should be images embodying the thing that you want. This could be whatever image. This is you using your creative freedom with this. Your lock screen, your home screen. If you're in your room right now, you should only have posters around you if you have posters in your room. If not, I can suggest doing this. You should only have posters of things, portraits of things that are motivating you to get that thing that the poster is of. Because what happens is, like I said, your reticular activating system, when you see these posters, it's going to continuously remind you, oh, you need to grind. Oh, you need to work hard. Oh, you need to get closer to this goal. You need to get this thing. You need to get this thing. You need to get this thing. To the point that you are so immersed in getting this thing because you see it every day. It's almost like your actions are dead ass forced. Like you're almost forced to act on a daily basis on getting closer to getting this thing because it is literally all around you. If it's on your lock screen, if it is on your home screen, if it is on if you have posters of it inside of your room, if you have it on your computer wallpaper, on any wallpaper, if you have it written down somewhere that you can see on a consistent basis, if you have a place where you take notes and there's pictures of it there, literally, if you just have it in places that you are in all the time, where you work consistently or where you go to consistently, your brain is just going to be constantly thinking about it because you see it everywhere you go, or you set up your life in a way where you're seeing it every day, all the time. So instead of almost like doing like the weird kind of bullshitty manifesting shit, you are just obsessed. You're just immersed to the point that your actions are going to be forced to be heading in the direction of getting this thing that you're seeing every day because it's all you ever see. Because when you kind of have wallpapers and lock screens and posters of bullshit that doesn't really have to deal with your goal, it's forcing you to think about other things. I'm telling you, your mind is a very powerful thing. And what you're focusing on, like I've said in one of my previous videos, your energy flows there. So the more you can push your focus in the direction of the shit that you want by surrounding yourself with images and signs and things that remind you of getting this shit, the better the likelihood that you're going to get that shit. Because the more you see this shit, the more you're going to partake in actions that lead to it. And if you put it all around yourself in places that you're in on a daily basis, what's going to happen? On a daily basis, you're going to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer till you get the goal. Almost to the point that when you get the goal, which you eventually will, you're going to be like, well, it was just me. I was just so immersed. I was so obsessed with what I wanted to do that it just kind of just, it felt like it manifested into your life. But instead of doing the woo woo ha crystal bullshit, you just literally you just forced your brain to focus on this shit so immensely that you led to actions that led to it. So it's not like manifesting shit. It's more like you just are so obsessed. You're so immersed that it led to you getting it. So make sure the actionable step that you take right now is, even if you need to go order some posters to put up in your room, you need to get off whatever you're watching this video on, even if your laptop, your phone, or whatever. Change all the lock screens, change all the wallpapers, order posters of all of the shit that you want, and put it all around you, anywhere you can, in places that you are going to be in on a daily basis. And I promise you, your actions and your work ethic towards this goal are going to increase tremendously, bro.